Hi everyone, so this is Anthony. I'm here to just give you guys another video. If you're thinking about joining the United States Air Force, if you're about to go to basic training and all that, I wanted to start. I did one about what's it called, your 0 week. I mean, your first night there, and then overall your for like a breakdown of all that. Check them out to see if any of that helps and everything. This one I want to start about actually starting the process of how to join the United States Air Force, and that is going to your recruiter office or going to a recruiter. I'm sorry. So pretty much, when you want to join the United States Air Force, you need to go to see the U.S. Air Force recruiter. Each city each depending on where you are located. I know there's cities around there. They're not as abundant as maybe the Army, Navy, and all that, but there are Air Force office around. Sometimes people, depending on the city where they're staying in, what state, you have to maybe make it a drive, call out, and everything. But the way it worked is, I called my recruiter, and pretty much what I did is I called them, just asked them the process of what to do and everything. The biggest thing is you have to go and take the time and everything to go in and talk to the recruiter face to face. There, they just want to get like a good general overview of you, what you are like, and what kind of characteristics and personality you have, pretty much. Because what they have to know is they need to know if you are fit for the United States Air Force. Overall, they're gonna give you a questionnaire. You're gonna go through it. The questions can vary. Have you done this and all that? Like, how much education have you done? If you've done drugs in the past, what does your background look like and all that? I would try to answer honestly and everything. If you have anything to hide, you should let it know, because later on, if it's found out, it can get really put you in a situation later on if you did fortunately get into the United States Air Force and it comes up later. Just be honest with your recruiter, talk to you about it and all of that. The biggest thing is, the United States Air Force, they want the best of the best, people who are good character people, hardworking and all that. And overall, it's just people there who want to serve, and all that is what they need and want. So when you just go in there and be honest about yourself, they're also going to be asking questions if you have past medical things like asthma, you got diabetes and all that. You have to answer that truthfully, because even if you keep stuff down and everything, you're gonna have to do a full medical background check later on, and you're gonna have to they're gonna do a background check on you, because they need to know if they can give you clearance and stuff like secret and all that, which is very important in the United States Air Force, depending on what job you get and all that. So when you go in, you're gonna do the questionnaire. They're gonna talk. They're gonna look at your background, and they're just gonna check some things. I would bring, in my opinion, is maybe your birth certificate. That's something that you want to bring. Your social security card, and pretty much your driver's license, depending on what state you're going to, or what state you're at. And have those general things in. Even if you don't need them, at least you have them. Have things. Better have them than not have them, I guess. We can go with it. So overall, you want to just go in, and they're going to do that background check, and they're going to give you that questionnaire. You're just go, and this is the perfect opportunity for you to ask questions and all that. Get everything down, like ask questions there and that. And if you're thinking overall, just you want to join over the military, United States military, visit other recruiters, like other branches, and find out which one fits you perfectly. I knew I wanted to join the United States Air Force. That was the first one, and I was willing to wait to join that one. But if you're you don't mind serving another branch, like it doesn't matter which military branch you serve, go and look at it, because the pay scales are pretty much the same, rank wise and all that. And depending on the job and everything, there might be a little bonuses and all that. But overall, the United States Air Force fit what I wanted to do, and what I wanted to achieve in my career, and how I wanted to serve my country. So keep that in mind as well. And if you're really unsure, and you don't think you're right, ask the right questions. If you have let's say, family member, aunt, uncle, brother, sister, or even a close friend who is in the military or was in the military, bring them along. They know all the tricks and trades of what the recruiter is going to say, what they might just be implying. And I'm not saying the recruiter who's going to talk to you is going to say things just for you to jump. That's absolutely not right. But at the same time, it's not bad to have someone who knows those things, so that they can say, my past, I didn't remember ever that happening. This is what I told. It just really keeps your recruiter honest. So make sure that they're telling you the very factual things, and that what you need to know, and to make your decision. So after you go through all that, they're gonna ask you to bring all this paperwork. You have to get recommendations from 2 or 3 people, different ones. They can't just be your teacher and stuff. They want a good range of people. I don't know exactly if they actually call them. I have a feeling maybe one they call and all that to figure out. Correct me on that if someone knows about that answer, if it's changed. And overall, it's that they're just going to do a big background check. That's the emphasis. Be honest, and let them do their background check and find out if some advice going in. Don't dress like how you everyday dress. Wear a button-up shirt maybe, or like a good nice jeans and all that. But just present yourself in a good manner, and depending on how you speak, don't say "What's up?" "Yeah," "Nah," or something. Speak properly. "Yes, sir." "No, ma'am." No, "Yes, ma'am." "No, sir." Simple as that. Be respectful. Hold yourself in a good mannerism and professional way, because that speaks volumes when you actually go in and talk to these recruiters and everything. Especially in the United States Air Force. If you can remember, when I was in high school, you I saw recruiters from the Army. They used to go get people like, hey, look like someone who's good for Army, Marine, Navy. You don't see the United States Air Force recruiters doing that. The reason being is they have so much abundant people applying. You need to be able to stand out. You have to keep yourself clean and all that. And there's also overall ask your recruiter for advice and everything when you're there, and they can prepare you you don't know if you want how can I better myself. The biggest thing I remember talking to my recruiter is stay on top of it. Don't get to the point of knowing anything, but you earn the right to call and say, hey, I dropped off my paperwork and everything. You said you would get back to me. Stay persistent with that. Continue to call, email, and everything. My thing is, if it's drivable, and you can get to the recruiter offers, stop by. They have open hours and everything. They are open from this time to this time, and people can walk in. That's what they're there for, to inquire and everything. At the same time, keep up with the application. Joining the United States Air Force is part of your effort as well. To how much you want to do it that's how much the amount of effort you put in is showing the results of what you want. I just continue in a quite professional way, is just calling, is there anything going on and everything. Because after they select they fit and everything, they need to send you down to do your ASVAB. ASVAB is different. The scores are different. Air Force is a little higher compared to the other branches. So please make sure you study and prepare yourself for that when you go talk to the recruiter. The recruiter will give you practices. If he feels comfortable that you have a good score, he will send you there down. If he doesn't think so, he would say maybe practice a little bit. There's practice questions online and everything that you can have access to. And there, you're going to do a medical check. They're going to go do a background check, find out things about you, and they're going to ask you questions there. That's a little later, but again, that's why you need to be honest about your answers and everything to what you're talking to a recruiter about, so that they can help you beforehand and all that. Overall, it's a process where you take initiative to start it. You have that feeling of, hey, I want to join the United States Air Force or any branch of the military. Take that initiative and go into the office. Just inquiry. It doesn't matter. You're not joining. You're just inquiring. I go, I'm interested, right? And let me see what they have to offer, and if it's something I want to do. Overall, it's an experience that I truly enjoy. I support anyone who wants to join the United States military in any branch. I joined the United States Air Force. Overall, it doesn't matter if you're Army, Marines, Navy, Coast Guard. You decide to step up to the plate, and you decide to join, and you decide to serve your country, which is only, like they said, 1% of the population ever does it. So, simply put, the recruiter is there to answer your questions. Don't be afraid to ask all the questions you want to clear. They're there to answer them. They're there to make sure you know what's going on. If you feel unsure about it and everything, go ahead and bring someone you feel comfortable with and who may have experience in the military, and just for them to listen in on the conversation that you're having with the recruiter and everything. They have that. Can't deny that. Because if you're 17, I believe, and on their 17, you can inquire and everything, because you can join when you're 17 with a waiver. But some people even start joining, talking to recruiters at 16, 17. Then you're going to bring a parent overall along. The recruiter, my recruiter, he was amazing. and he was real easy to talk to. Everything he said to me was actually like maybe 99% of what he told me is actually what the United States Air Force is like. So I was very blessed to have someone like that and someone who actually cared everything. So if you have any questions, comment below. I do read my comments and I would love to answer any of your questions and help you out to make this transition simple. Like, not simple, but like maybe just easier editing and everything. If you like the video, if you think it's informative, please share and let other people see this. Because maybe there's someone else like you just in those shoes, like, hey, I don't know what's going on, maybe I'm just unsure. Like, subscribe, really appreciate it. But just continue, you need some advice of other videos, like questions you want to answer again. Kotaro 130, I'll post some of the links of the different ones of like my first night at BMT, which is very interesting, and then what the breakdown of the Air Force and everything of like each week. Alright, so thank you guys, and thank you for watching. Absolutely, it's very much appreciated.